Now, the next chapter which we are going to revise is the chapter of returns. Before we go ahead and start the revision of returns, let's go ahead and take a quick section revision and then we'll go ahead. Everyone over here, we started learning GST with goods or service. Goods or service has to be supplied. Supply can be either interstate supply or supply can be either inter or intra. Interstate supply, IGST will be levied. Intrastate, CGST will be levied. Once GST is levied, GST has to be collected and paid by a taxable person. How will he collect? How will he pay? GST is equal to value of supply into rate of tax. Once you know the value, you will go ahead and prepare the tax invoice, credit note, debit note and delivery challan. Okay, sir. Once you prepare the tax invoice, credit note, debit note and delivery challan, now, sir, I will maintain my accounts and records and send the goods to the other person with the help of a e-way bill. Now, sir, now the liability to pay GST will come. Liability to pay comes at the time of supply. Now you will go ahead and use your input tax credit. Remaining amount, you will go ahead and make the payment, and then comes the last stage saying, sir, whatever is my liability, this is my input, this is my payment I have done. This whole story you have to go ahead and tell to the government with the help of a return. Everyone over here now, quickly tell me what are the various sections which we have gone ahead and learned till the chapter of return. Sir, goods section number 252, services section number 2102. Sir, goods and service has to be supplied. Supply section number 7. Supply section number 7. And sir, supply section number 8. Now, sir, section number 7 may a student can further go ahead and divide section number 7.1, 7.1a, section number 7.2. Here they can divide section number 8a, which is composite supply, b, which is mixed supply. What I am telling is you have to make this tree grow bigger, bigger, so that you are able to revise more things. Okay, everyone, when you are doing it at home, keep making the tree bigger. Okay, sir. Then, sir, the next one, interstate supply. Remember, here we talk about IGST ka Act. Interstate supply, section number 7 of the IGST Act, section number 8 of the IGST Act went ahead and told about intrastate. Section number 9, everyone, territorial waters of India. Section number 10, 11, 12, 13 told about determination of place of supply related provisions. Basically, 14 told about everyone. 14 OIDAR. Then, sir, 15 we had tourist and 16 we had zero rated supply. Remember, all this section over here in this chapter which I talk are the IGST ka section. Then, sir, we went in and spoke about IGST ka levy, section number 5, CGST ka levy, section number 9. You can do 9.1 normal levy, 9.2 HP man, 9.3 sir diagram, 9.4 promoters related, 9.5 HP man. This is the way you have to go ahead and revise. Yes, everyone, the next one over here is section number 10, which is composition levy. Sir, composition levy we went ahead and understood. Then, sir, then we went ahead and understood over here, if you are falling in an exemption, then GST need not be collected and paid by you. Means if your goods or service are falling in an exemption. An exemption we learned section number 11 of the CGST Act and section number 6 of the IGST Act. Now we had section number 22, which told about people who are liable. 23, people who are not liable. 24, compulsory registration. Sir, section number 25, sir, 22 people who are liable, 23 people not liable, 24 compulsory registration, 25 procedure, section number 26 deemed registration, 27 CTP and RTP related special provision, 28 over here, tell me, amendment, 29 cancellation and 30 revocation of cancellation. Then we learned about value of supply. Section number 15 told about the value of supply. 15.1, sir. What is section number 15.1, everyone? Transaction value. 15.2, topics. 15.3, discount. 15.4, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, valuation rule. 15.5, went ahead and told government can go ahead and prescribe the valuation rules for certain supplies. And then we had rule number 31A, then continued by rule number 32, 33, pure agent, 34 and 35. Everyone over here, rate of tax will be notified by government on the recommendation of council. Tax invoice, section number 31 we learned. Then we had 32 prohibition, 33 tax amount shown separately, and 34 credit note, debit note. This is rule number 55. Then, sir, accounts and records we learned 35 about the various accounts and records to be maintained. Then, sir, 36 was the period of retention. Now we had e-way bill, which is section number 68, read with rule number 138 and 138A2 E. Then, sir, then we had liability to pay. Baba, liability to pay में section number 12 goods का केस, 13 सर्विसेज का केस एंड 14 का केस में rate change. Done, sir. Input tax credit section number 16, 17 and 18. And Baba, input tax rate में we had section number 19 for job work and then section number 20 and 21 for ISD. Basically, it's an attached chapter of the input tax credit ka chapter. Then we had, sir, payment of taxes, section number 49 and section number 50. But sir, along with the payment of taxes, we also learned TDS and we learned TCS. TDS section number 51 you always do 2% and TCS 52 section mein you always do 1% TCS. Okay, sir. Now we are going to learn the chapter of returns. Everyone, we are going to learn the chapter of returns. In returns ka chapter, we have section number 37, outward supply ka detail, 38, which goes ahead and talks about, basically it was talking about GSTR 2 earlier, now it talks about the basically GSTR 2A which is there. Then we had section number 39, which is your returns, which are their monthly returns, etc. Then we have 40, which is first return, which is at the first return. Then we have section number 41, provisional ITC it was talking about earlier. Then, sir, I went in and told you now you can take ITC on a final basis. Do you remember in the chapter of ITC? Then, sir, 42, 43 is now deleted. We have 44 over here. Sir, 44 is our annual return. And, sir, what is the next one? We have 45 over here, which is the final return. Sir, we have 46, which talks about a notice. 47, which talks about a late fee. And sir, what is the last section over here? 48, which talks about a GSTP. Now, all these sections we are going to discuss now. Everyone over here, we are going to discuss returns now. 37, 38 up to section number 48 we'll be going ahead and discussing with the chapter of returns. See, Baba, sections remembering is very easy. If you go ahead and revise, students don't put hard work. If you put hard work in going ahead and practicing 5 minutes every day, you will remember on the section. If you don't remember in the exam, no problem. Baba, you can just go ahead and say as per the CGST Act, but always going ahead and remembering is a very good idea. Chalo, let's go ahead and now revise the chapter of returns. Everyone over here now. Sir, you started your business. Okay, we'll go ahead and start our business. Supposingly, sir, who started his business? Supposingly, we will go ahead and take Vignesh over here. This is Vignesh over here. Okay, this is Vignesh. Okay, sir. Arey, sir, why Vignesh? Arey, Baba, why? Vignesh has grown long hairs now. This is Vignesh. Okay? This is Vignesh. Vignesh went ahead and started his business. He is a supplier. When you start your business, people, when you start your business, you don't take registration, correct? So now what happened? One day you become liable. Do you remember when do you become liable? You become liable under section number 22 or 24. Yes, sir. We become liable under section number 22 or 24. In our registration chapter, we have learned once you become liable, you should apply for registration within how many days? Sir, 30 days. You become liable, you should apply within 30 days. You went ahead and applied supposingly over here, and here your registration was granted. Registration will be retrospectively effective from the date of becoming liable. Retrospectively effective from the date of becoming liable. Now, sir, from here till here, whatever supplies I have done, because I applied for registration within 30 days, I can issue what, sir? revised tax invoice, and all the revised tax invoice you have to go ahead and show it in one return which is known as first return as per section number 40. But sir, practically this concept of first return never came, and what you do is you go ahead and show it in the very first return which you go ahead and file, but there was no first return name return which was introduced. Okay sir, but sir, practically what we do, we go ahead and file it, we go ahead and show this detail in the very first return which we go ahead and file. Now what will happen sir, now all my regular returns will start. Sir, what are the various types of regular returns? The regular returns which we go ahead and talk about are section number 37 में GSTR 1, which is your outward supplies का detail. What are the outward supplies you are doing? Section number 38 में GSTR 2 was there, which is no more there. Sir, section number 39 talks about the monthly returns, composition dealer ka monthly return, quarterly return, made annual, the various returns which are to be filed, GSTR 3B, GSTR 4, GSTR 5, etc. is told by us section number 39. Okay sir. Now sir, you kept filing your regular return every month. Full year ke liye once you go ahead and file your regular returns, every month you will file your regular returns. After that, once the year gets over, by next year ka 31st December, you are required to file something called annual return. Remember, annual return ka concept is section number 44, and annual return is GSTR 9, and for composition dealers, everyone, it is GSTR 9A. Sir, along with that, if your aggregate turnover is more than 5 crore, you have to go ahead and give self-certified reconciliation statement. What do you have to give? Self-certified reconciliation statement. Okay, sir. Now you remember this point over here. For 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20. See, Baba, generally every registered person was required to file annual return. Okay everyone, every registered person was required to file annual return, but then government went ahead and told annual return is made optional for those people who are annual return made optional for taxpayers with aggregate turnover less than equal to 2 crore in the year 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20. Annual return was made optional for taxpayers with aggregate turnover less than equal to 2 crore. Okay, sir. Now, for 2021 also, annual returns say people were exempted. Annual returns say people were exempted. But then 21-22 also, now the amendment everyone, 21-22 also, registered person with aggregate turnover up to 2 crore are exempted from filing annual return, and this section is not applicable to central government, state government, local authorities, basically whose books of accounts are audited by C and AG or auditor appointed under their law. Now everyone over here. Now sir, I kept filing regular returns, annual return, regular return, annual return. One day I told, sir, I don't want to do business only. And I discontinued my business and I applied for cancellation. Now I'm linking it to your cancellation of registration ka chapter. Once you applied for cancellation, registration will be suspended, cancellation proceedings will go on. Once the cancellation proceedings are done, from the date of cancellation or cancellation order, Baba, cancellation order given over here and registration cancelled retrospectively, then sir, from here or here, whichever is later, order given here, registration cancelled retrospectively, then from here, whichever is later, say, you have to go ahead and file within 3 months something called a bye-bye return. Basically, as per section number 29.5, whatever is your liability, tax, etc., you have to pay. Please pay that tax, etc. And sir, tax, interest, penalty, whatever is your pending amount, please pay. And sir, furnish the details, basically payment you have to make, and then you have to file GSTR 10, which is your final return, bye-bye return. Yes, everyone, is everyone there with me? Can we go ahead, everyone? Now, this was the first part of your returns which I went ahead and told you from the very beginning till the end. From telling a hi to GST till telling a bye to GST. Now everyone over here. Now GSTR 1, I have gone ahead and told, is required to be filed by every registered person, including casual taxable person, but not required to be filed by NRTP, composition dealer, TDS deductor, TCS collector and OIDR. For them, GSTR 1 is not applicable. Okay, sir. Now GSTR 1, everyone listen to me very carefully. Supplier will file GSTR 1. The details will come in your GSTR 2A, and from 2A 2B gets created, and 2B ka details, whatever is appearing in GSTR 2B, you will be eligible to take that credit. So we are now going to understand about the details which will be furnished in GSTR 1 or the other returns of people which will come in your GSTR 2A and then ultimately to GSTR 2B. Everyone over here, if there is a normal registered person, he will file GSTR1 or he will do invoice furnishing facility, he will go ahead and use. If he is a person under quarterly return monthly payment scheme, then sir, he will go ahead and do invoice furnishing facility, and the details will come in your GSTR 2A, 4A or 6A part A. Okay sir. Then if there is an NRTP will file GSTR 5 and the details will come in your GSTR 2A. Sir, if there is an ISD, input service distributor, he will file GSTR 6 and the details will come in your GSTR 2A. Sir, TDS deductor, TCS collector will file GSTR 7 and GSTR 8, and sir, the details will come in your GSTR 2A ka part C. Sir, if I import the goods or SEZ से domestic tariff area में supply is done, then sir, then the details will come in your GSTR 2A ka part D. Now listen to me very carefully. All the details will come in your GSTR 2A are not reflected in your GSTR 2B, but then they go ahead and reflect. So basically sir, whatever the returns are filed on time by the supplier, basically GSTR 1 the due date is 11th, IFF ka due date is 13th, and if people file their returns on time, that details will also be auto generated. Actually, earlier the word was auto drafted. Now they are telling we will auto generate one GSTR 2B. All these details say only those details which are relating to outward supply furnished in GSTR 1 or IFF. Okay, sir, GSTR 5, GSTR 6, IFF I have written over here. Invoice details will be given to you, and details of IGST paid on importation of goods and SEZ say whenever domestic tariff area mein supply is done. All those details basically will be appearing in our GSTR 2B. And I hope you guys remember that we had gone ahead and learned in our ITC ka chapter that whatever details will come in your GSTR 2B, you will be eligible to take the credit. Yes sir, point is clear. Now before I go ahead, I want to go ahead and talk little about the QRMP scheme. Everyone listen to me very carefully. One is a monthly payment scheme. Monthly return scheme. Sir, what is that? For an example, I will go ahead and talk about April and May and June. What is the monthly return scheme, sir? April ke liye you will file one GSTR 1. The details will go in the front party ka GSTR 2A, and 2B will get created for him and he'll be able to take the credit. Now you will file GSTR 1. GSTR 1 you will file by 11th of next month, and then you will file on 20th of the next month GSTR 3B, basically where you will go ahead and first pay the tax and you will file your GSTR 3B. Okay sir, this is your monthly return scheme. Okay, monthly return, monthly payment scheme. Sir, you will file your GSTR 1 and sir, it will go to the front party, means your recipient ka GSTR 2A and GSTR 2B may they will be able to take the credit. Okay sir, and sir, GSTR 3B you will pay your taxes and file your GSTR 3B. And then sir, we have again June month may you will file GSTR 1. It will go to the front party ka GSTR 2A. Auto generated 2B will be created for him and he will be able to take the credit on the basis of GSTR 2B. Okay sir, and here again I'll file my GSTR 3B. Okay sir, point is clear. Now listen to me very carefully. Now some people went ahead and told, sir, what is this? Every month I have to go ahead and file GSTR 1, GSTR 3B, GSTR 1, GSTR 3B. And sir, I don't want to go ahead and file every month. Can you give me something simple? And hence government went ahead and told, okay, do one thing. Don't file GSTR 1, don't file GSTR 3B. But sir, you have to pay the taxes. Every month ka tax you have to pay. Sir, don't file GSTR 1, don't file GSTR 3B, but taxes you will have to pay. Okay sir. And lastly, once the quarter gets over, then you can go ahead and file your GSTR 1 and you can file your GSTR 3B. Here GSTR 1 ka filing date is 13th of the next month, and sir, GSTR 3B is 22nd or 24th. Everyone over here, this is known as that for the whole quarter you can file quarterly return, but payment has to be done every month wise. Payment has to be done month wise, and so it is known as QRMP scheme. Now people went ahead and asked, if I don't file GSTR1, okay, I will pay the taxes. If I don't file GSTR1, how will he get the credit in his GSTR2B for the first 2 months? Okay, last month I'll file GSTR1, all the details will go. But sir, they want the credit. The front party recipient wants the credit. Then government gave one optional scheme of invoice furnishing facility. Invoice furnishing means whatever B2B invoices are there for which you want to give the front party the credit, you can go ahead and furnish those invoices over here. Instead of filing GSTR1, you can do invoice furnishing facility so that the front party gets the credit. Invoice furnishing facility so that the front party gets the credit, and then you can file your GSTR1. But payment has to be done every month. Is my point clear till here? Can we go ahead, everyone? Now I'll go ahead and talk about the QRMP scheme. Everyone listen to me very carefully. The QRMP scheme was actually launched in 2020-21, and sir, January to February was the first quarter. January to February was the first quarter where government went ahead and told January, February and March. Sorry, January, February and March. Basically, January to March will be the first quarter of QRMP scheme. Now, who will be the people who will be eligible for QRMP scheme? Government went ahead and told, we will go ahead and see your, because 2021 ke liye, the previous year, 2021 ke liye, the previous year was 1920. Hence, government told in the preceding financial year, registered person other than OIDR. OIDRs are those people who are not eligible. OIDR people are those people who are not eligible for QRMP scheme. Okay, sir. And if your turnover in this year was less than equal to 5 crore, you will be eligible, and this turnover is calculated by portal. And sir, if you are eligible, then with effect from 1st of January 2021, when the scheme was introduced, people were eligible for QRMP scheme. Now my question over here is 2021. Everyone, 2021, supposingly my turnover is less than 5 crore rupees, then for the next year, which is 21-22, I will be eligible for QRMP scheme. Okay, remember this option to take quarterly return but monthly payment is option available GST wise, and option exercised once shall continue unless you go ahead and revise. The option shall continue unless it is revised, means always it will keep going on unless you become ineligible and you revise it basically, or if you want to opt out of QRMP scheme. But the option is GST wise, means sir, if under my PAN I have 3 registration, one can be under QRMP, one can be under, 2 can be under normal scheme, however I want. Okay, sir. Next. Sir, now April, May, June will be my first quarter. April, May, June is my first quarter. For this, I have to see 2021 ka turnover. Okay, sir, I am eligible because here I am telling the turnover is less than equal to 5 crore. Okay, sir. Then next quarter also I am eligible. I have not crossed my aggregate turnover. For an example, third quarter, I crossed aggregate turnover of 5 crore, then remember for the third quarter I'll be eligible, but for the fourth quarter, the next quarter onwards, I will become ineligible. Now my question to all of you, if my turnover in 21-22 is greater than already 5 crore, then 22-23, can I take quarterly return monthly payment scheme? Yes or no? Y or N? Yes or no, everyone? No, sir, no. Remember, QRMP scheme, quarterly return monthly payment scheme. Quarterly return monthly payment scheme is only available for those people whose last year turnover is up to 5 crore rupees. Done, sir. Point is clear. Now, everyone, it's if your turnover is less than 5 crore, then you are a person who is eligible for QRMP. But when you go into QRMP, file all your returns before the option is exercised. Otherwise, you will not be eligible to opt for QRMP scheme. Okay. Sir, you told QRMP scheme. How to opt for QRMP scheme? Rule number 61A says that, sir, for an example, you want to go for QRMP scheme for April to June. April to June, then Baba, once the quarter starts 2 months prior, before the quarter starts 2 months prior, or after the quarter has started 1 month later, tak you can go ahead and opt. So, sir, 2 months prior to the starting of the quarter and 1 month once the quarter starts, this period which is there, the window will be open for April to June. If you want, you can opt for composition scheme 2 months prior and 1 month later. You will have this option time limit to opt for QRMP scheme in the quarter April to June. Basically, for the quarter April to June, you will be able to opt for QRMP scheme. Done, sir. Everyone over here now. Sir, once I have gone ahead and opted for QRMP scheme, okay, I will be filing my return quarterly for April, May, June. I will go ahead and file one GSTR 1 and one GSTR 3B. Okay. But sir, I have to make payment monthly. Yes, government told for the month of April by 25th of May you have to make the payment. For the month of May by 25th of June you have to make the payment, and sir then June के लिए you can go ahead and make the payment when you are filing your return by 22nd or 24th of July. ठीक है. Now people went ahead and asked, sir, you are telling that make the payment, make the payment, make the payment. How to make the payment? Because when we are going to file our GSTR 3B, that time we'll go ahead and do the calculation and make the payment. Then government told, relax, Baba, I will go ahead and give you an option. Do one thing. Government told procedure post opting for quarterly return but payment monthly. Then the option which was given by the government is number one, government gave fixed sum method. Number two, government gave self-assessment method. Government told, listen to me very carefully. Government told, sir, fixed sum method and self-assessment method, two methods were being given by the government. Sir, how to make the payment monthly? How to make the payment monthly? Government told, do one thing, everyone. If supposingly you are going for QRMP scheme in the month of April, May and June, and you are telling how much payment I should do here, how much payment I should do here, do one thing. Sir, if previous quarter you are still under QRMP scheme, means previous quarter means Jan, Feb and March, you were under QRMP scheme, then sir, Jan, Feb and March may whatever amount of tax you had paid, for an example, by using your cash ledger, you paid for an example 75,000, then government is going ahead and telling, do one thing. Of this, you pay 35% in the, for the month of April, of this, you pay 35% for the month of May, and then once the quarter gets over, when you are going ahead and filing your GSTR 3B, then do the calculation. For an example, for the whole quarter, so previous quarter में whatever you had paid in cash, of that 35% and then the balance, 35% and then the balance. But Baba, because this is last quarter ka figure of that 35%, then government is telling when you are filing your GSTR 3B, do the actual calculation. Do the actual calculation. For an example, actual calculation came 1 lakh and you had paid, sir, how much is 75,000 ka 35%? 75,000 ka 35%. For an example, you had paid approximately 26,000, sir, 52,500. Then they are going ahead and telling remaining. So if your actual liability is this much, 35% you had already paid, do one thing, pay the remaining amount and file your GSTR 3B, no problem at all. Is my point clear to all? Yes, sir. But sir, if supposingly I was not under QRMP scheme, then government went ahead and told, listen, if you are going ahead and telling April, May and June, you want to be under QRMP scheme, then do one thing. Sir, if the previous quarter you are not under QRMP scheme, you are under normal scheme, sir, then do one thing. For the month of March, whatever you had paid in cash, sir, for the month of March, I went ahead and paid supposingly 10,000 rupees in cash, then they are telling same amount because it was for the month. So, sir, do one thing. 10,000 rupees only you pay on 25th of May, also 100%, and sir, June also you pay 10,000 only, and then for the whole quarter when you are going ahead and filing your return in July, whatever for the month of in the month of July you saw that, sir, I am liable to pay actually for the whole quarter 1 lakh, I have only paid 10,000 and 10,000 over here, so sir, 20,000 you can deduct and pay the remaining 80,000. That's it, everyone. Is my point understood by all? How will you make the payment? Listen, sir, if in the previous quarter you were, whatever is tax you had paid in the quarter, that is January to March, for an example, January to March, for an example, then sir, whatever tax you had paid, of that 35% you can go ahead and pay in May, April के लिए in May, and May के लिए in June. Okay, sir. And July, when you are filing the return, actual liability can be paid. Sir, supposingly last return was filed monthly, then for the month of March, for an example, then March month May, whatever you had paid in cash, they are going ahead and telling over here, whatever you had gone ahead and paid, sir, this is the amount of that. You can go ahead and pay, sir, the total 100%. Everyone over here now, listen to me very carefully. Fixed sum method. What is fixed sum method telling? It says 25th you have to make monthly payment, okay everyone, and remaining payment you have to go ahead and do when you are filing your GSTR 3B. Everyone, always remember, when you are making the payment of that 35%, also if you have sufficient balance in your e-cash ledger and e-credit ledger, then baba, that 35% also you don't have to pay, because you already have the balance in your e-cash ledger or e-credit ledger. Everyone over here, previous quarter mein whatever you had gone ahead and paid in cash, of that they are going ahead and telling 35%. Previous quarter mein whatever you had paid in cash, of that 35%, and the differential payment you can go ahead and do. Sir, supposingly I went ahead and paid something less, then they are going ahead and telling just pay the differential when you are filing GSTR 3B. There will be no interest if you are making the payment by 25th and 22nd or 24th. No interest to be paid on any tax unpaid or short paid. Interest at the rate of 18% if differentials are not paid on the due date. Done, sir. Now, sir, fixed sum method में we have one more method. Baba, this self assessment method should come here. ठीक है. Fixed sum method में we have one more method, that sir, whatever you had paid for the month of March, for an example, previous month में whatever you had paid, of that 100% you can pay, 100% you can pay, and when the return was furnished monthly, that is you are new to QRMP, that is 100%, and then you can pay the differential. Okay, sir, point is clear. Now the next one over here is self-assessment method. What is self-assessment method, everyone? Self-assessment method means output tax liability minus input tax credit. I will pay the balance, sir. I will calculate and pay. Government told, okay, you can pay your actual tax liability, and sir, actual tax liability when you are filing your GSTR 3B, beta. But remember, if you became hero and you filed your actual tax liability, not taking 35% or 100% wala method, then do one thing, please calculate correctly and pay, because if you do any mistake, sir, any mistake in the calculation, if you have not paid correctly your liability, then interest will be payable under section number 50 on any tax unpaid or short paid. When you are going ahead and filing your GSTR 3B, you will have to go ahead and pay the interest. Baba people, is QRMP scheme clear to all? Can we go ahead? Quickly tell me. Everyone over here now. The next one over here. Everyone over here now. Now the next one. People, listen to me carefully. People, we are done with the QRMP scheme ka discussion. Now please come back. Now, if I am a person who is not under QRMP scheme, supplier is not under QRMP scheme, then Baba, GSTR 3B, every month 20th you are going to file. Every month 20th you are going to file GSTR 3B, and GSTR 1 monthly you are going to file. The due date is no more 10th. Every month gets over, monthly GSTR 1 by 11th you will have to go ahead and file, and there is a notification which was issued for this. Sir, when I file my GSTR 1 with my outward supplies, that is my invoice, debit note and credit notes, then sir, the front party ka details, the recipient will get the details in his GSTR 2A, and then sir, 2B will get created. Always remember, 2B gets created on 14th and of the next month. It's an auto-generated statement. So whatever suppliers will go in their GSTR 1, it will come in my GSTR 2B, 2A, and then 2A say 2B gets created, and whatever comes in my 2B, I can go ahead and take the credit. The next one over here is if supply is under QRMP scheme, then sir, if his aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year is less than equal to 5 crore, only then in the current year he can be under QRMP scheme. Sir, he has to go ahead and file GSTR 3B quarterly by 22nd or 24th. For some states in India it is 24th. For some states in India it is 22nd. Okay, sir. Now, sir, tell me one thing. I will tell you over here again. Listen to me very carefully. This is the scheme of a person who is going for monthly return. Then monthly GSTR 1. pay the tax and file GSTR 3B. GSTR 1, pay the tax and file GSTR 3B. GSTR 1, pay the tax and file GSTR 3B. Okay, done, sir. Now listen to me very carefully. GSTR 1 details goes in your GSTR 2B and GSTR 1 का details goes in your GSTR 2 in the front party of the front party का GSTR 2A 2B and they can take the credit. Now sir, if I am a person who is not going for QRMP, who is going for QRMP scheme, Baba, this was for normal person. This was for normal person and this is for QRMP person. Now QRMP person, what will happen? He will not file monthly returns. He will not file monthly return, but payments he will have to go ahead and do. He will pay as per fixed sum method or self-assessment method. Fixed sum method or self-assessment method, and here he will pay actual liability. Now everyone listen to me very carefully. Sir, when he is not filing his GSTR 1, how will the front party get the details in GSTR 2A 2B? Then government told IFF facility has been introduced for them so that they can furnish the detail and the front party will get the details and they can take the credit. Here, whatever details will be furnished, anyways, the front party will be able to take the credit, and that is what I have gone ahead and written over here for April, May, June. April के लिए IFF, May के लिए IFF, June के लिए he will go ahead and file GSTR 1 till 13th. Till 13th, Baba, it is not 11th, it is till 13th, and for quarter, it is 13th July. And sir, you will go ahead and show your B2B invoices. The maximum invoice you can show is 50 lakh. You will show your B2B invoices, and the maximum you can show is 50 lakh. Sir, now, April, May का whatever B2C invoices or any B2B invoices which you have not shown, those you can show, plus June month का B2B and B2C both invoices you will go ahead and show. It will go to the recipient का GSTR 2A. From 2A, every month their GSTR 2B will get created and 2B का basis पे they will be able to take the credit. I hope everyone got it. GSTR 2A, 2B, IFF, all the details I have gone ahead and told. And Baba, remember, IFF, you have to go ahead and do only if your front party wants the credit. IFF, you have to go ahead and do only if your front party wants the credit. It's an optional facility. If your front party doesn't want the credit, you don't have to go ahead and do the invoice furnishing facility. Done, sir. Now, right hand side, everyone. There are some cases when registered person is debarred from furnishing details in GSTR 1 or IFF. Government is going in and telling Ramesh, I will block your GSTR 1 or IFF facility, means you will not be able to pass on the credit if two things are done by you. Number one, registered person will not be allowed to furnish GSTR 1 if details he will not be able to file. If GSTR 3B not filed for the preceding month, you are one very bad boy. What did you do? You filed your GSTR 1, credit went to the front party ka 2A, 2B, and he took the credit and aram se maja he is doing. Now government is telling you should go ahead and file your GSTR 3B and pay your taxes. I told, hey, who will go ahead and file GSTR 3B? GSTR 1 I filed, I will not file my GSTR 3B. Government is telling Ramesh, this is the month of April only. Now next month, May month you will come. No, May month we will not go ahead and allow you to file GSTR 1, means May month ka GSTR 1 I will not be able to file. I hope everyone is clear. If I don't go ahead and file this GSTR 3B, people listen carefully, very important. If I don't file this GSTR 3B, next GSTR 1 I will not be able to file. ठीक है sir. After that, they are going ahead and telling registered person with aggregate turnover up to 5 crore in the preceding financial year and opting for QRMP scheme. QRMP scheme will not be allowed to furnish the detail in GSTR 1 or IFF if he has not furnished GSTR 3B for the preceding tax period. April, May, June, you filed your invoice furnishing facility, front party took the credit. IFF you do. Again the front party took the credit. GSTR 1 you filed, front party took the credit. It went to 2A and 2B every month and the front parties are taking the credit. When it's your turn to file GSTR 3B for this quarter, GSTR 3B for this quarter, you did not file, then government is telling July onwards, July, August, September, you will not be able to do your IFF also, and sir, you will not be able to do your IFF also, and you will not be able to file your GSTR 1 also. Remember, if you are under monthly scheme, did not do GSTR 3B of 1 month, next month ka GSTR 1 not allowed. Sir, if you are under QRMP scheme, one GSTR 3B not filed of 1 quarter, then next क्वार्टर के लिए IFF also not allowed and GSTR1 also not allowed. That is being told over here. Please be very careful about this in the exam. Done, sir. Next, sir, can I file one nil GSTR1, nil GSTR3B, GSTR1 and CMP08? Basically, nil means where all the tables of the return are nil, absolutely zero. Then yes, you can go ahead and file nil GSTR1, GSTR3B and CMP08. You can go ahead and just send one SMS and you can go ahead and file. This can be furnished through SMS using the registered mobile number and same shall be verified through OTP, means SMS ke through return filing facility also allowed. The next one over here is if you don't go ahead and file your return, then Baba, you will get one love letter. GSTR 3A may letter will come and it will tell you please file your return within 15 days, and if you don't file your return within 15 days, then sir, then best judgment assessment will be done. Okay sir, now listen to me very carefully. What are the various sections I have gone ahead and spoken till now? Sir, returns ka chapter mein you learn 37, which is your outward supply. 38, which is basically talking about that 2B, which is there. 2 it was there, 2 has been deleted now. So basically now it talks only about GSTR 2B. Then we have section number 39, your monthly returns, your other returns which are there. Let's go ahead and talk about section number 39 ka other returns. Section number 39 mein one is your GSTR 3B, which is to be filed monthly, and for QRMP people quarterly. Everyone over here now listen to me very carefully. Sir, what are the other returns which are there? Sir, if there's an NRTP, he will file GSTR 5. Now everyone listen to me very carefully. NRTP, we are going ahead and filing that GSTR 5 by what date, sir? They were filing by 20th. Now if the NRTP shows the details on 20th, how will the front party get the details in his GSTR 2B? So government told, hey NRTP, you show the details by 13th so that by 14th people will be able to have that amount in their GSTR 2B and they can take the credit. So NRTP ke liye it is with by 13th of the next month. Supposingly NRTP has taken registration only for 15 days. But 15 days got over, then within 7 days he has to go ahead and file his return. That is what government is telling. GSTR 5 within 13 days. If he has taken registration for 1 month, then one month gets over by next month ka 13th. Sir, if he or after the end of the month or within 7 days after the last day validity, means once the validity gets over, if supposingly I have gone ahead and I'm an NRTP, I have taken registration for April, May. Till 20th of May I have taken registration. Then for April, I will file by 13th only so that the front party ka GSTR 2B gets generated on 14th and he will be able to take the credit. And sir, I have registration for 20 more days. Then they are telling, sir, once 20th gets over, within 7 days you should go ahead and file your GSTR 5. Okay, sir, whichever is earlier, and no annual return. They don't have any annual return. OIDR के लिए GSTR 5A is there. Do you remember online information database access and retrieval service providers who are providing their services? That Netflix, etc. Yes, everyone, for them it is by 20th day of the succeeding calendar month. Once the month gets over by 20th, and for them also no annual return, they are being exempted. If you are a ISD, Baba, do you remember ISD GSTR 6 and the front party gets the credit? So GSTR 6 has to be filed by 10th, and sir, before 13th, so that 14th when GSTR 2B is getting generated, your ISD ka return is filed and the front party, your recipients, can take the credit. For them also there is no annual return. Then sir, TDS deductor, GSTR 7, monthly to be filed by 10th of the next month. Okay, TCS collector, GSTR 8, monthly to be filed by 10th of the next month. Remember, this is an annual, this is a monthly statement, this is not a monthly return. Okay, sir, and annual statement for them is GSTR 9B. Okay, sir. Now, everyone over here, I went ahead and told you about the various sections. 37, outward supply. 38, basically, sir, GSTR 2 ka details were there earlier. Now GSTR 2 is not there. GSTR 2 is not there. So basically the details furnished by the supplier comes in your 2B. Those things are written over there. Then we have section number 39, your monthly returns and your other returns, which I went ahead and just now told to you. Section number 40. Can you tell me, everyone, what is section number 40? What is section number 40 going ahead and telling? Can you tell me, everyone? Sir, first return which is there. Section number 41 went ahead and told about that ITC. Sir, you can take the ITC now on final basis. In our ITC ka chapter, we went ahead and revised this. Yes, sir. 42, 43 is now being deleted. Sir, 44 went ahead and told about annual return. Sir, 45 went ahead and told about, sir, 45 everyone. Final return, bye-bye return. Then we had section number 46, which told, sir, if don't file the return, love letter will come, and that is GSTR 3A. Sir, notice will come. Basically, if you don't file your return, that comes in section number 46. Everyone over here now. Now we have section number 47, which talks about the late fees, which is there. Let's go ahead and speak about the late fees. Everyone over here now. Section number 47 talks about the levy of late fee, that is GST Act has gone ahead and under the GST Act I am going ahead and talking about. Okay, sir, returns under section number 37, 39, 45, 52 should be green. It's a part of amendment. Section number 52 is newly introduced over here. Okay, now rupees 10, rupees 100 per day up to a maximum 5,000 government told. Okay, annual return under section number 44, rupees 100 per day up to a maximum 0.25% of the turnover in state or union territory. Then Baba, because this was very huge, people started crying, and hence government went ahead and told waiver of late fee for GSTR 1, GSTR 3B, GSTR 4 and GSTR 5. Government went ahead and told, okay, we are waiving of the late fee. And government told, now for an example, GSTR 1 is there. GSTR 1, if you have to go ahead and file and you delayed, Baba, remember, for late payment of tax, it is interest. For late filing of return, giving late information, you have to file late fee. Late return is late fee. Late payment, because if you file your GSTR 3B late, for an example, you make late payment also. For late payment, there is interest. Okay? Now, sir, GSTR 1, if you go ahead and file late, then they are going ahead and telling if it's a nil return, 10 rupees per day only. Sir, it is no more 100 rupees, it is 10 rupees per day under CGST Act, 10 rupees per day under SGST Act, and the maximum will be 5,000. Okay, sir, if it is not nil return, other than nil return, then 25 rupees per day, 25 rupees per day, 25 rupees per day, up to a maximum of 5,000 rupees. Then people went ahead and cried again. People told, sir, these amounts are okay, but sir, this 5,000 is too much, and hence government went ahead and reduced it further. And that is the next side which I have gone ahead and written over here. Everyone listen to me very carefully. If you are a normal registered person, normal registered person, if you are filing nil return, GSTR 1 also it is 10 rupees, GSTR 3B also it is 10 rupees, but the maximum which was 5,000 earlier, now made how much? 250 rupees under CGST, 250 under SGST. Okay, sir. I am talking about only CGST Act. You take the same amount for SGST also. Sir, normal registered person, other than nil return, aggregate turnover less than equal to 1.5 crore in the preceding financial year. Baba, other than nil return, and last year ka turnover, you see nil return, anyone you will see over here. Other than nil return, last year ka aggregate turnover less than equal to 1.5 crore. Then sir, GSTR 1, GSTR 3B, both ke liye 25 rupees per day, maximum will be 1,000. Other than nil return means non-nil return, and sir, aggregate turnover greater than 1.5 up to 5 crore. Then sir, for GSTR 1, GSTR 3B, it will be 25 rupees per day, and the maximum will be 2,500 under CGST. Baba, same amount under SGST also. But if you are a big person whose aggregate turnover in the last year is more than 5 crore and you are filing other than nil, then they are going ahead and telling for both of them, GSTR 1 or GSTR 3B, it will be 25 rupees per day, but maximum has not been reduced for them. For them, it will be 5,000 rupees. I hope it is clear. Chalo, let's go ahead. Right hand side, everyone. The same thing has been given for composition dealer, nil return or other return. Baba, composition dealer filed GSTR 4 by 30th of April. Now, for composition dealer, they went ahead and told, sir, nil return, it will be 10. Other than nil return, 25. For nil return, it will be 250 rupees maximum. For other than nil return, it will be 1,000 rupees maximum. Then, sir, NRTP nil or other GSTR 5, 10 rupees in case of nil, others ka case mein 25. Maximum was not changed, maximum fees is same. ISD, nil or other GSTR 6. Baba, for nil or any other return, it is 25 rupees and the maximum is 5000. TDS deductor GSTR 7, 25 rupees, nil or any other return and the maximum is 1000. TCS collector GSTR 8 rupees, 1000 per day and Baba up to a maximum of 5000 rupees. I hope everyone is clear. Baba, there is no shortcut to remember other than the fact that once you are jumping inside the exam hall, you can see the late fee for 1 minute and then go inside. Okay, sir, so that you remember. Okay, sir. Now, there are some important points which I went ahead and saw, and everyone, I've gone ahead and written down those important points over here. Is everyone with me? Quickly give me a heads up. Can we all go ahead? Now, everyone over here now, listen to me very carefully. Some important notes which I found important from the chapter of your returns. I have gone ahead and written over here. Listen, a registered person shall not be allowed to furnish the details of outward supply in GSTR 1 for a tax period if the details of outward supply for a previous tax period have not been furnished by him. Sir, what is new in this? We already know this. That, sir, if supposingly April and May, here GSTR 1 I have not gone ahead and filed, then May month ka GSTR 1 you will not go ahead and file. Simple as that. I hope everyone understood that, sir, if you are not filing previous GSTR 1, next GSTR 1 not allowed. Okay, sir. Next. Then it says a registered person shall not be allowed to furnish a return monthly or quarterly if the return of any previous tax period or means a registered person shall not be allowed to furnish return of monthly or quarterly if the return of any previous tax period is not filed. Any previous tax period has not been filed. Okay, it means April and May. If I say, sir, if you have not filed your GSTR 3B, previous return not filed, next return GSTR 3B will not be allowed to you. I hope this point is also clear to you. Okay, sir. Then a registered person shall not be allowed to furnish a return if you can take the details of outward supply has not been furnished by him. Means, sir, if April and May, I tell you over here, if I don't file my GSTR 1, then, sir, I will not be allowed to file my GSTR 3B also. Sir, can you please go ahead and tell us how to remember this? Baba, remember, April and May, you don't file GSTR 1, you will not be able to file GSTR 3B. Sir, if you don't file GSTR 1 for 1 month, then next month ka GSTR 1 you will not be able to file. And remember one thing, if you don't file GSTR 1, you can't file GSTR 3B, and when you don't file 1 month ka GSTR 3B, next GSTR 3B also you can't go ahead and file. Simple as that, everyone. Remember, sir, if you don't file GSTR 1, you can't file GSTR 3B. It means if you don't file April month ka GSTR 1, you can't file GSTR 3B. Okay, then if you don't file GSTR 1, you can't file GSTR 1 also. It means here you can't file, then next GSTR 1 you can't file. Sir, if I don't file GSTR 3B of 1 quarter or 1 month, then next GSTR 3B I can't file. So if I don't file GSTR 3B over here, I will not be able to file GSTR 3B of the next month or next quarter also. Is my point clear to all? Yes, sir. Let's go ahead. Everyone over here now. The next one over here is, sir, the details of outward supply in GSTR 1. When you are filing your GSTR 1, you should go ahead and show your invoice-wise detail of intrastate or interstate supply made to registered person. Whatever you are doing supplies to a registered person, you should show intrastate or interstate supply. All the registered person ka invoice wise details has to be given. Sir, interstate to unregistered person, if the value of supply is greater than 2.5 lakh, interstate, see, registered person, intra or inter, you have to show invoice wise detail. Interstate, unregistered person, value is greater than 2.5, then invoice wise detail. All others, consolidated detail of intrastate supplies made to unregistered person for each rate of tax. And, sir, consolidated detail, state-wise consolidated detail for interstate supply with invoices up to 2.5 lakh rupees made to unregistered person for each rate of tax. Always remember this point, Baba. This is a good point to remember. Invoice wise detail or consolidated detail. How will you furnish the detail in your GSTR 1? The next one over here is, sir, B2B or B2C supplies, only details of invoice are required. You don't have to go ahead and upload scanned copy of the invoice. Some people went ahead and told, Baba, in your exam they will tell you. Some people are telling that you have to go ahead and upload invoice. The invoice you have to upload. Baba, remember that person who is telling to upload the invoice, he is not a chartered accountant then, because you have to know that, sir, invoice ka details are required, scan copy of the invoice is not required. Okay, then small question, that is why a taxpayer cannot file GSTR 1 before the end of the current tax period. Always remember, if your tax period is monthly or your tax period is quarterly, once the month or quarter gets over, only then you can file your GSTR 1. But there is an exception. If you are a casual taxable person, if you have taken registration supposedly for 20 days, then you can go ahead and file even the tax period before the tax period gets over. Or you are a person whose registration has been cancelled, then even before the period gets over, you can go ahead and file your return. GSTR 1. The next one is GSTR 1, GSTR 3B needs to be filed even if there is no business activity. When you are not doing any business activity, or if you have not made any taxable supplies in the tax period, monthly or quarterly, whatever it is, whatever return you are filing, but still you have to file your return. Nil returns are required to be filed. Remember, nil returns are required to be filed. Then any error, amendment over here, everyone, any error, if you go ahead and discover any error in your GSTR 1 or GSTR 3B after filing, you cannot rectify it. There is no mechanism to revise the return, but error can be rectified by furnishing appropriate detail in amendment table contained in GSTR 1 or GSTR 3B. Means next month when you are going ahead and filing your return, or next period ke liye when you are filing your return, the amendment table which is there in your GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B, through that amendment table, previous return ka details you can go ahead and amend. And then it says over here also, no rectification of GSTR 1 or GSTR 3B. Please add the one GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B both shall be allowed. Means the maximum time limit for this year, if I want to go ahead and amend GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B related detail, I have to do it before 30th day of November following the end of financial year, or date of filing relevant annual return, whichever is earlier. Remember, amendment, 30th day of November or annual return ka actual date of filing, whichever is earlier. I hope everyone is clear till here. I have also gone ahead and covered amendment small over here and there. We are done with your chapter of returns. Now, in the chapter of returns, one small point comes. Everyone listen. After section number 47 comes your section number 48, which goes in and talks about GST practitioner. Everyone, GST practitioner is also being spoken by whom? Sir, in your return chapter only GST practitioner comes, because GST practitioners also can go ahead and file these statements and returns for you. So the GST practitioner is also over here. Everyone over here. The next chart is your GST practitioner. As a CA final student, I believe returns ka chapter for you. See, Baba, returns I generally used to say C graded, but now I will call it as B graded. 4 marks is something which I expect out of this chapter. But sir, GST practitioner will be your homework. You guys will be doing it yourself. Remember, for GST practitioner, you can read only this much point. Who is the person who will be eligible to opt for GST practitioner? Remember, who is the person who will be eligible to opt for GST practitioner? And the second point you can go ahead and read over here is the functions of a GST practitioner. Remember, amendment in functions now, because GSTR 2 is gone. GSTR 2 is gone. They are telling, sir, a GST practitioner can furnish the details of outward supply. GSTR 1 is still there, but because GSTR 2 is gone, they have gone ahead and deleted this word, inward supplies. Okay, sir, that's it, everyone. So you can go ahead and do functions and you can do eligibility. Baba, nothing to explain. It is very simple. You guys will be able to read at home. By chance it comes C minus graded chapter 2 to 3 mark ke liye, they can go ahead and ask the eligibility or function. Please be careful about it. Now, everyone over here, let's go ahead and cover the amendments which are there in the chapter of returns. Everyone, please come to your amendment booklet. सी टीडीएस का चैप्टर में देयर वाज नो अमेंडमेंट बट टीसीएस का चैप्टर में देयर वाज अ स्मॉल अमेंडमेंट सर व्हाट वाज द अमेंडमेंट इन द चैप्टर ऑफ टीसीएस नथिंग बाबा the maximum time limit to go ahead and rectify any error or omission was made as 30th November और annual return it is for them annual statement का actual date of filing whichever is earlier. So here there was a rectification in your TCS का chart. Okay, now please come to your amendments in the chapter of returns. Everyone, I'll go ahead and quickly cover the amendments. Please come to your amendments for the chapter of returns. Everyone, quick. Now, the amendment with respect to the chapter of returns, everyone over here, section number 37 में section number 37.1 was there. In section number 37.1, they have gone ahead and told over here, sir, every registered person other than these people will go ahead and furnish what? GSTR 1, but then they told over here, electronically they will furnish subject to condition and restriction. Now, government can introduce some condition and restriction on furnishing of GSTR 1 also. So that power has come with the government. Let the power be there. Okay. Then the next one over here. Sir, the details of outward supply, the GSTR 1 में details which you gave will go to the front party affected during a period on or before 10th of the month. Now, basically it is non-QRMP people के लिए 11 and QRMP people के लिए actually the time which is prescribed is 13 succeeding the set period. And sir, such detail shall subject to condition and restriction within such time and in such manner as may be prescribed be communicated to the recipient. It means they are telling, sir, everyone over here, it says the details over here I have written the power to impose condition and restriction on furnishing GSTR 1 by the supplier now introduced in the section. Government has power that government can go ahead and say this condition and this restriction will be applicable on furnishing of GSTR 1. And secondly, further the details of outward supply furnished in GSTR 1 which is communicated to the recipient in GSTR 2B now made subject to condition and restriction which government can go ahead and impose on. If you furnish the detail in GSTR 1, that detail goes to the front party on GSTR 2 and GSTR 2B. There also government can go ahead and impose some condition and restriction. Okay, government got the power, let the power be there. Okay, government has taken some extra power, that's all. Okay, next. Section number 37.2 was basically going ahead and talking about section number 38. Section number 38 mein GSTR 2 was there earlier. Now GSTR 2 is gone. This section has become irrelevant. 37.2 deleted. Okay, sir. Next. Section number 37.3. Section number 37.3 में 42 and 43 का reference was there. Government told 42 and 43 is gone and hence they went ahead and deleted. See this matching, mismatching, etc. का concept was there in rule number 42 and 43 and rule number 42, 43 gone. All the references of rule number 42, 43 deleted. Now, sir, what is the maximum time limit to correct GSTR 1? GSTR 1 का details you can go ahead and amend by 30th of November or annual return का actual date. Earlier the dates were sir September month का return or annual return का actual date whichever is earlier. Now government went ahead and told 30th day of November or annual return का actual date whichever is earlier. That's all, Baba. What is the important amendment over here? Number 1. This is the only important amendment. That sir, any rectification of error, if you want to go ahead and do in your GSTR 1, whatever details you had prescribed, then you can do it by 30th of November of the next financial year or annual return ka actual date. This is one okay amendment you can remember. Here, crux is written. Next, everyone over here now, then it goes ahead and says, a registered person shall not be allowed to furnish details of outward supply for a tax period if details of outward supply for previous tax period has not been furnished. Baba, everyone over here, I've gone ahead and written over here. See, if sir, GSTR were not furnished for 1 quarter, then 1 quarter or 1 month, then next GSTR 1 you cannot go ahead and furnish. GSTR 1 not furnished, next GSTR 1 you cannot go ahead and furnish. Okay, sir. First, I've gone ahead and taught you this. It says over here that, sir, restriction imposed on filing GSTR1, registered person not allowed to file GSTR1 for a tax period if previous tax period ka GSTR1 has not been furnished. But so first file April month, then May month. Okay, May month you file, then you can file June. Serial order mein basically you'll have to go. Now, sir, then what is government telling over here? Government also retained one power saying, sir, we can grant some exemption in this regard, and that power is also government also empowered via this proviso. Government empowered to exempt a registered person or class of registered person from such restriction. Means, sir, even if you have not filed last month ka GSTR1, next month ka GSTR1 to be filed can be allowed by the government. That power is there with the government. Okay, but sir, as of now, only if you file previous GSTR1, you can file your current GSTR1. Everyone over here now. Now we have section number 38. Everyone please come to section number 38. It says, see, this whole section number 38 used to talk about GSTR 2. Now GSTR 2 is gone and government went ahead and students study. Everyone, furnishing details of inward supply. People, government, what is government going ahead and telling? They went ahead and substituted section number 38 and now it is section number 38 is telling, let's listen. It says the details of outward supplies furnished by a registered person in section number 37(1) and of such other supplies as may prescribe, whatever you show the details of invoices, debit note, etc. in GSTR1, an auto-generated statement containing the details of ITC. Can you tell me which is this auto-generated statement, everyone? Can you tell me which is this auto-generated statement? Whatever details you furnish in GSTR1 will come in which auto-generated statement, everyone? Sir, GSTR 2B. And sir, it shall be made available electronically to the recipient of such supplies in such form and manner. Sir, it is made available in 2B within such time and subject to such condition and restriction as may be prescribed by the rules. Now, what government is going ahead and telling? This is something which you will go ahead and quickly learn. Everyone listen. Government is going ahead and telling the auto-generated statement under subsection 1 or the auto-generated section, the auto-generated statement GSTR2B. Sir, the auto-generated GSTR2B shall consist of the details of outward supply in respect of which credit of input tax may be available. So they are going ahead and telling supplier will file GSTR1. It will come in your GSTR2B. GSTR2B may, we will now go ahead and create two separate columns. And sir, first column we will go ahead and tell over there. First column we will go ahead and put saying, sir, ITC available. If ITC available column it is coming, you can go ahead and take the credit. ITC restricted also government is telling, we will go ahead and make one more column or might, however, one more table they will go ahead and provide. They are telling over here, sir, the details of the ITC that may be available and the details of supply in respect of its credit cannot be availed whether wholly or partly by the recipient on account of the details of supplies being furnished under section number 37(1) by a registered person. Baba, government is telling we will go ahead and create one ITC available column for you and one ITC restricted ka column for you basically. And sir, if it is appearing in your available ka column, you can take that credit. But sir, when will the details come in the ITC restricted? Sir, remember, if the details come in your ITC restricted, then you will not be able to take that credit. And sir, can you tell us when the details will come in the ITC restricted column? Government went ahead and told when the details are furnished in GSTR1 by a registered person. Who registered person? Who? By a registered person within such period of taking registration as may be prescribed. Nothing has been prescribed now, but government is telling if one person takes registration, we will go ahead and say that, sir, okay, when this person takes registration, between this period, if he is going ahead and showing details in GSTR1, it will go to the front party ka GSTR to be but restricted, hence the front party will not be able to take the credit. So government is telling if the details are furnished by a registered person within such period of taking registration, means might be a newly registered person, government is telling till we go ahead and do your physical verification. Okay, might be after registration government is telling, but whatever government is telling, once you take registration till certain period, whatever credit you pass on, that credit will go in the person ka GSTR 2B ka restricted column mein. As of now, nothing has been prescribed, so confirmed thing has not yet come. Then the next one over here is, if the details are prescribed by a registered person who has defaulted in payment of tax, and where such default has continued for such period as may prescribed. Your GSTR1, the GSTR1 filed by the registered person, he has defaulted, and he has not paid the tax. If he does not pay the tax, the government is going ahead and telling, if he has gone ahead and continued the default for certain time, then sir, whatever details he is showing in GSTR1 will come in your restricted column. The next one over here is, sir, if the details in the GSTR1 basically are furnished by a registered person, the output tax payable by whom in accordance with the statement of outward supply furnished by him under the said subsection during the said period as may be prescribed exceed the output tax paid by him during such period by such limit. So sir, what government is telling is, the registered person from whom you have bought, he showed in GSTR1 for an example 1 crore and 18 lakh GST passed on. But sir, actually this person, when he is filing his GSTR 3B, he is not going ahead and showing the correct amount of sale and he is not paying the taxes correctly. In that scenario, whatever details he is trying to pass on will come in your restricted column again. The next one over here is, sir, then they are telling, if the details in the GSTR1 are furnished by a registered person who during such period as may prescribe has availed the credit of input tax of any amount that exceeds the credit that can be availed by him. What is it telling? If any registered person, details in GSTR1 are furnished by a registered person who during such period as may prescribe has availed credit of an amount that exceeds the credit that can be availed by him in accordance with clause A. What is clause A telling? Baba, clause A was telling about the available ITC. Baba, GSTR 2MA, the first column will be your ITC which can be available, which can be availed by you if you have taken more credit than that. So sir, supplier who is supplying me, he has taken more credit than what he was eligible. Then they are telling over here, if he has taken more, it says, if the details are furnished by a registered person who during such period as of now nothing told, okay, as may prescribe, nothing prescribed, has availed the credit of input tax of an amount that exceeds the credit that may be availed, means whatever was appearing in his GSTR to B ka available column, he took more credit than that and he is trying to pass on the credit. Then government is telling, sir, that credit which he is trying to pass on, it will come in your GSTR to be ka restricted column. That's all government is going ahead and telling, sir, by such limit as may be prescribed. As of now, nothing has been prescribed. If the details are furnished by registered person, the registered person is furnishing the detail in GSTR 1 and sir, who has defaulted in discharging his tax liability in accordance with the provision of section number 4912, subject to such condition and restriction. Baba, do you remember rule number 86B that you should go ahead and pay 1% of your taxes in 1% of your GST, means whatever is your output tax liability, only 99% credit can be used. 1% you have to pay in cash. If you are buying from such supplier who has gone ahead and defaulted in following rule number 86B, then Baba, in that scenario, the credit which he is trying to pass on will come in your restricted column of the GSTR 2B. Done, sir. Point is clear. And the last one is, government is telling that, sir, such other class of person as may prescribe, means the details in GSTR 1 are prescribed by such other person as may prescribe, then also it will come in your restricted column. But as of now, this rule, this section which is there, I don't find it very relevant from exam point of view, but I have gone ahead and explained to you because it's a new amendment. But sir, because everything is yet to be prescribed, we are awaiting the rules. Rules are yet to be prescribed. Only then we will know such limit, such period, etc. ka meaning. Everyone over here, section number 38 was taking GSTR 2 was talking about it, but GSTR 2 was never implemented. Now GSTR 2 omitted, hence the section has been substituted, and they are telling GSTR 2, which will be auto generated, will have two columns. One will be what credit you can avail, and when what credit you cannot avail, and which credit you can't avail if any 6 point may your supplier is falling in any 6 point. Basically, if the GSTR 1 is furnished by any 6 point wala supplier, then Baba, that amount will be restricted. Okay, sir, point is clear. The next one, nothing. GSTR 2B. Earlier the word was auto drafted. Now government is telling we'll use better word. It is auto generated. Okay, use better word. Auto drafted word. Now they are telling GSTR 2B will not be auto drafted. It will be auto generated. Okay. ठीक है. Next, section number 39 में NRTP के लिए, everyone listen to me very carefully. Everyone over here, NRTP के लिए, what is the amendment they have done? Supposingly there is an NRTP, he came to your state, he came to India for business in the month of April. He took registration till 20th of May. In the month of May, he took registration April, and 50 days ka he took registration. Now they are going ahead and telling for April, he has to go ahead and file the return by 13th. Earlier it was 20th. Now government made 13th, because only if NRTP shows by 13th, 14th ko when GSTR 2B will be generated, front party will be able to take the credit. Okay, sir. So NRTP should go ahead and file the return by 13th after the end of the month, or within 7 days after the last date of the period of registration. Sir, here registration got over, then you will not wait till 13th. When the registration got over in the month of May, within 7 days only you will go ahead and file your return. Within 7 days, once the registration supposedly got over in between the month only, then within 7 days, if sir full month you are there for an example, then once the month gets over, then by 13th. Here also month got over by 13th. Here supposingly you are there for the full month. Then once the month gets over by 13th. I'll tell you once again. April and May. Sir, till 20th of May, for an example, you are there in a state. Then they are going ahead and telling NRTP took registration for 50 days. April month ke liye 13th of May. And sir, for May month, because registration is getting over here only, within the next 7 days, that is by 27th, he should go ahead and file his GSTR 5. Done, sir. Over here, everyone over here now. The next one over here is tax shall be paid on or before the last date of filing the return. Everyone always remember one thing. You have to go ahead and file your return when you are going ahead and filing your return, you have to go ahead and pay your taxes. This you already know. And sir, they have gone ahead and introduced one B point over here. Listen carefully. Provided that every registered person furnishing return under the proviso to subsection 1 shall pay to the government in such form and within such time as may be prescribed an amount equal to the tax due, taking into account inward and outward supplies of goods, ITC avail, tax payable. Baba, when you are going in and filing your return, outward supplies, inward supplies, remaining amount, output tax liability, input tax rate, remaining amount you pay. And they are telling, or government can go ahead and say, in lieu of the amount referred in clause A, what you can do is an amount determined in such manner and subject to such condition as may prescribed. Baba, do you remember QRMP people, quarterly return, monthly payment people, they don't go ahead and take output tax, input tax, remaining amount they don't pay. They go ahead and pay 35% of the previous quarter ka whatever was paid, or previous month mein whatever was paid, that ka 100% is paid by whom? QRMP people, correct? Do you remember everyone? QRMP people pay 35% of the previous quarter or previous month ka 100%. Now for QRMP people, they went ahead and told this line that sir, Baba, basically this line was not there in the law, so they introduced this point in the law that sir, FSM method, self-assessment method, which you had gone ahead and allowed, what is the law ka backing? And hence they have gone ahead and introduced over here. Sir, it says QRMP taxpayer given an option to pay tax either on self-assessment or fixed sum method, 35% challan, and this option of fixed sum method was allowed to them by central government, which was by power under section number 148 special procedures ke through government allowed it. Now government is going ahead and saying government has gone ahead and introduced this power in the section only. Earlier this 35% or 100% of the previous month you have to go ahead and pay if you are under QRMP. This government had allowed by using section number 148 ka power. Now the same thing. Now central government given the power by point B in the proviso to section number 39(7). In the point B, the same thing has now been written. Okay, nothing changed for you. The next one. Error rectification, Baba, remember, rectification of error only always in your GSTR 1 or GSTR 3B. Always by what date, everyone? 30th day of November or due date of filing relevant annual return, whichever is earlier. Then the next one over here, return of the previous tax period to be filed before current tax period. Everyone, I'll tell you over here, listen. Always remember, previous return not filed, GSTR 3B, then current return also you can't go ahead and file. I hope this point is clear. And also there is one more point which you, when you read your book, you will be able to see. Sir, when you don't file your GSTR 1, see over here only. It says, sir, a registered person shall not be allowed to furnish a return for a tax period if return of any of the previous tax period has not been furnished by him. So previous tax period ka return not filed, current month ka return also you will not be able to file. Then or the details of outward supply for the current month. If you don't file, then GSTR 3B also you can file. So if you don't file GSTR 1, you will not be able to file GSTR 3B. And I went ahead and told you the crux of the whole story over here. I told this the crux. Remember always, if you don't file GSTR 1 over here, you can't file GSTR 1 for the next quarter. Or do one thing. Take this first. Sir, if you don't file GSTR 1, you can't file GSTR 3B. Okay, sir. If you don't file GSTR 1, you will not be able to file the next GSTR 1 also. Sir, if you don't file GSTR 3B over here, then next GSTR 3B also you will not be able to file anyways. Remember, previous dues to be cleared always first. Can't file GSTR 1. Did not file GSTR 1, can't file GSTR 3B. Did not file GSTR 1, next GSTR 1 you can't file. Baba, anyways, previous GSTR 1, not, previous GSTR 3B not filed, next GSTR 3B you can't file. Anyways, next GSTR 1 did not file, next GSTR 3B also you can't file. So all are connected. Previous dues to be cleared first. That's all. Now here government took the power that government can grant some exemptions also. Okay, let the power be there. The next one over here is annual return ke liye, the for 21-22 also government went ahead and told annual return may not required to be filed if your aggregate turnover is up to 2 crore. Okay, sir. Levy of late fee may, earlier the word inward was used over here. GSTR 2 is gone and hence the word inward has been deleted, and section number 52 for TCS collector, the section number 52 is there. So they added the word section number 52 over here. And sir, that's it, is the crux. Nothing. Section number 38 omitted, GSTR 2 gone, and hence because we can write over here, since GSTR 2 is omitted, its reference from section number 47 has been deleted, and also section number 47 may, section number 47 never used to go ahead and prescribe earlier the late fee for basically GSTR 8. Now they have added the word section number 52, and hence the late fee for GSTR 8. Sir, what is the late fee for GSTR 8? 100 rupees per day up to a maximum of 5,000. Okay, sir. Sir, GST practitioners के लिए their functions में it was told that they can go ahead and file GSTR 2, which is inward supplies का details of a person. But GSTR 2 is gone, and hence from their function this line that sir inward supplies का detail they can file, that line has been deleted. That's all, everyone. That's all. We are done with the amendment. Amendments are also written in your chart. Baba, the charts, amended charts are also made available to you here. Inward supplies. Yes, sir. Done. I'll go ahead and close all my discussion on the amendments relating to the chapter of returns over here. The chapter of returns is also done. I have gone ahead and told you, I call it a B graded chapter. 2 to 4 mark is something which I expect in the exam. In my opinion, everything I have gone ahead and told, Baba, there can be anything which can be asked. The small points which are there, please be careful about it. Right, everyone? Closing all my discussion on the chapter of returns. Now, people watching, quickly hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel. Quick.